Accept your death.
So, in case you haven't noticed, we've been running a little tournament series on Friday evenings called the Bone Dome. We did 4 weeks of qualifiers, and we have our top 8 finalists based on the points system that we made going on this Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, double elimination bracket. Thought we'd just do a little recap here of all 4 weeks and kind of what we saw, what we're excited to see, maybe some predictions for the top 8. And as always, joining me is ft.BlueRazzRush. Hello there, Blue.
Hello.
So we're starting here. If you're a viewer watching this video right now, I have the week 1 bracket right here, right on the screen for you to play. And the one thing that I wanted to point out is that what we didn't know at the time, but like Zombie Taker's initial path, like through Mappin and I'm Steel, those are two. That's like a tough pull right off the bat for Zombie Taker, but I went through, 3-0, 3-0. I'm Steel running the Homelander Darius, which was cool. I like to see that.
Oh yeah, that. As much as like I'm kind of tired of seeing Homelander running the show, I get excited seeing Darius with anybody, and that's not a team I've seen anyone else run. I want to say that's very much their own thing,
and I love that.
And Zombie Taker, kind of just. I don't know exactly if we're going to go through this from like week 1 to week 4, but if I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, just talking about the path that Zombie Taker has carved all the way through.
Right.
Last week's showing was insane.
Yeah.
So, like
100%.
it's been killers. All 4 weeks, it's been killers.
Yeah, and like I don't know, the reads that Zombie Taker makes and like just the combos that Natara, like the damage, the damage is crazy.
That's damage that make Jimmy Potato shed a little tear of happiness.
Yeah, rip Jimmy Potato's time with this game. I think he said he's done with that, but
I blame Cyrex. I blame Cyrex wholeheartedly.
That was an early iteration of the Bone Dome, I think, that we did that in. So yes, that's appropriate.
Yeah, she just came out swinging. She was bullying everybody.
Yeah, that was like week 1 Cyrax too, wasn't it?
Yeah, everybody's gotten a bit more comfortable with her now, I think. But I mean, she still gets away with stuff, but she was bullying. she was dunking kids' heads in like the toilets and giving them swirlies. That's what every setup was. The setup was, is it a loogie or is it a swirly guess?
Well, that was fun, I think he said at the end of it. So back to week 1 here. If we look at the other side of the bracket, we have Forgiveness, who's playing Smoke Lao, and Barefoot Puppet, with Shang Tsung, did pretty good against Forgiveness, but Forgiveness ended up. This was definitely Forgiveness's week, kind of where they solidified themselves in the finals by taking it 3-1 over Foot Massager TV. Still one of my favorite names to this day, Baraka Kano.
So good. Yeah, Forgiveness came out swinging. Forgiveness has showed up to each of these that they've played in. They've showed up swinging. Like the smoke play is probably one of the most solid smokes I've seen. Very, very good at picking and choosing the moments of when to throw out a teleport. Like good meter build with the teleports in between combos and stuff. But also, you don't see patient smokes.
Oh, definitely not.
They're always going. And Forgiveness is not afraid to hit the block button, which stunned me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why is Smoke blocking? What? Defense? What?
That's not a character that ever takes their foot off the gas.
No,
So
definitely
Forgiveness
not.
came out really strong and definitely showed like what Smoke can do at a really, really solid level.
And that was pre-patch Smoke too. So let's not forget this Friday's event has Forgiveness playing a buffed version of Smoke. That's an insane thought to me. That's
I don't want to think
insane.
about that.
That's actually insane.
I know Smoke players wanted things. I started off with Smoke too, and that said, I don't want to deal with Smoke's new things.
I agree. I saw that and I was like, yeah, nope. How quickly can I uninstall this, please? Okay, so moving on to week 2 here. So this was a really interesting week because it was the only week that we saw various MV play. And just casually came in, casually won it, even beating Forgiveness on his path to winning it, and Brown Boy, I might add. and then we just never saw them again. Like,
Yeah,
we've seen
just enough to get the placement.
yeah, just like, yeah, I'll get some points, and then that's about it. And like we've seen various MV in multiple like Bonehawk leagues back in like Mortal Kombat 11 and stuff. First time we've seen him in the Bonehawk events here, but super stoked. So yeah, like I'm just looking at like the path here, and like beating Foot Massager TV in the first round is wild, coming off of second place last week. Then Nate Hanzo 3-1, then Forgiveness 3-1, and then Brown Boy 3-0.
That's the shocking one.
That's the shocking one. Yeah, I think Brown Boy is kind of like a lot of people's favorites. Just a super solid Garrus, has a rain in his pocket if he needs it. And then,
as much as we shit on him for the Xbox desync issues, picking Cyrax and desyncing, Brown Boy is a really strong player, and has been kind of the most consistent number one. So to see someone come in for 1 week, just 1 week,
that's it,
and shred through the competition and take the crown for week 2 is, oh god.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, and even Brown Boy like taking out Mappin first game, Shark Slayer second game. Season Fox was showing up with a pretty sick Takeda, and just kind of went through that no problem, and then just 3-0 to Various. Like, that's crazy. But Various playing Raiden, super duper annoying character. I don't think I really
it's never not been annoying since this game came out.
Oh, it's true.
I kind of got a little worse.
Yeah,
but...
and yeah, I don't remember ever seeing a place where you could punish him. Like, everything he was doing was safe. He did really good cameo management, making sure he had that cameo there to keep him safe whenever he did want to do something a little risky. Just super solid Raiden play overall by Various. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, Sector's recharge is still like a point of contention for that cameo,
right?
But there weren't too many moments where it seemed like Various was ever uncomfortable.
No, just in control. It'll be interesting to see kind of what Various pulls out for the finals, even if they. If they go with Raiden Sector again, or if they go with maybe something else, I don't know. We'll see. We've seen them come through before, so
and Various had to go through Mappin and Foot Massager TV. That's 2 back-to-back Baraka Kanos.
I know that's a tough pull, but made it work. So I mean, there's that. So that was a week kind of recap of week 2, week 2 here. So let's move on to week 3. Week 3 was kind of nuts. Like, we got infiltrated by a couple of Twitter Andies there. We had Mike Metroid joining the fray, notorious Shujinko player, of course, and Sparks, notorious Tanya player, who we saw in this matchup.
Yes, we had a lot of Shujinko, specifically a lot of Shujinko for this one.
It was Shujinko week.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 of them. Like I said, I'm kind of looking back now because like we had Barefoot Puppet running Shujinko. Naturally, we had Mike Metroid running Shujinko.
Yep.
And there was one more.
I think Turtle was taken was playing Omni-Man Shujinko.
Yes, Turtle was taken Omni-Man Shujinko, which was nutty.
Yeah.
It was the week for our favorite copycat old man.
It was the week, and like this was a really hard bracket. Like, just looking at like even the people that were eliminated in like the first round, it's like, man, they went out in the first round. That's crazy. But it's like
is very much a not an online Andy.
No, definitely not. But just kind of popped in for fun. I think Draz wasn't able to make it and asked if he could fill his spot just for the hype factor. So it was cool to see him in there. And then Sparks as well, who joined, had to bow out at a little after the start, but that's okay.
It's all in good fun anyway. It was great seeing both of them show up. That really, like, Mike has a whole like a feed on TYM or something. Yeah, for specifically for Shujinko stuff.
Yeah, for Shujinko stuff.
Back up and running. Like, so yeah, we got to see another person that just absolutely dives into that cameo just about as much as you do.
Yeah, I think me and Mike probably know more about this cameo than the entire community combined, to be honest. I don't know why. I guess people just they see it's a lot to get into, right? And it's even more to kind of put it into play in an actual match. So I get it, but it's super duper good once you get it. People just kind of get married to the ambush cameo kind of side of things, I feel, too much, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, it was the sickest way. I think week 4 was great. I think week 4 was like just under the peak of what week 3 was.
Yeah.
What we saw. Everybody came out swinging real hard.
And then we got the little cherry on the top at the end there with Brown Boy versus Turtle, and we got a little rage quit.
Yes, that was also a thing. That
salt
was also a thing that happened.
The salt was real. That was very entertaining now, thinking back to it.
That kind of got us reconsidering some things with the with how we do the Bone Dome, but
yeah, it was learning experience, I'll say, is how I'll word that.
Yeah. God, everyone that came through, like I said, we saw some weird stuff too. Like out of nowhere, Koala was a Peacemaker player suddenly.
Yeah, I think Koala spent the whole week on Peacemaker. I think we had seen him in the Discord, and we're like, "What are you doing?" And like having like a super duper close set with Doug Trax. Seeing Doug Trax return too, OG through the Bonehawk League over the years. So first time in the Bone Dome, pretty stoked to see. But yeah,
Doug Trax was our resident Shao for MK11, if I remember correctly, and I don't think that didn't change.
No,
did it?
No, the Shao Kahn representation is real, or General Shao, I guess. Man, the game's been out a year and I still can't get his name right. Like, I suppose we had like almost 30 years of Shao Kahn, so I mean, which one trumps which, right? But and then moving on to the final week here, week 4. All right, so this one's freshest in my head. We still had a couple new people joining. Big T Caddy, Slime, I believe, and I Am Bonkers. Some new names, but yeah, Draz in there. I'm Steel. This was actually a huge week for I'm Steel, because if I'm Steel didn't win that first set, wouldn't have made the finals.
Yeah, no, I'm Still like came in and said I'm getting on that board.
I'm getting in, even asking in the chat like, hey, if I'm not in, am I still able to like maybe make the finals? And sure enough, it's the last spot, but Steel got in there. And kind of the opposite of Forgiveness' situation, Steel's going in now with a nerfed Homelander. So I don't know what that's going to look like for Steel. If kind of like brushes it off, just like, nah, it's nothing, or
Yeah,
just like, you ruined this character.
I don't know what that's going to do now. Like, is Steel going to have to use more of the Darius sweep? I don't know if that's going to break up the 50-50 at all. Yeah,
I don't really know. I'm curious to see. Maybe Steel has some side stuff that they've been working on. I don't know. Also, Forgiveness signed up, but I don't think showed up. Zombie Taker made it super far, super close match with Mappin.
Yeah, Mappin was the dominating force this time around.
Yeah, beating Brown Boy.
Scary Baraka.
Yeah.
That is a very scary Baraka.
Yeah, I feel like Mappin had some pretty bad like bracketology leading up in the previous weeks, and then this one. But even then, I mean, I can't even say that. I mean, taking out Zombie Taker 3-2, taking out Brown Boy 3-1. I mean, we were kind of joking about how Brown Boy didn't really need the points this week, and he's playing a bit of Rain, but that was still a secondary character, so it's not an unimpressive feat by any means.
And you mentioned Draz on the bracket too. Poor Draz has really been getting thrown to the wolves.
Oh, same idea, just bad bracketology. Yeah, poor Draz.
The past few things we've had Draz, and even in the pilot, and then in the Bone Dome in the Bonehawks versus STB.
Yeah,
it's just bad matchups for poor Quan. always against the top characters.
Well, we'll see if Draz chooses to play in Season 2, because being the Quan Serena and being what that team is now, we'll see what...
Oh, she's doing a lot for him.
Yeah,
You did a pretty good job farming salt with them. Y'all should go check out that video after you're done with this one.
Hell yeah.
Already.
Couple gameplay videos there of... man, the zoning is just too fun. Too much damage increase on top of all these enhanced moves. It's really
a welcome damage increase for young Quan.
Well, yeah, Quan needs it to be viable. So,
But I mean, we had Doug Track showing up too against Bonkers. Brown Boy kind of squashed those hopes again, but
Yeah, Brown Boy does that.
but, oh man, everyone that showed up so far has been so freaking good. They're all so sweaty. Everyone is so sweaty. There's nothing on the line. There is nothing on the line. This is all for fun.
Just all for fun and the community spirit, and y'all just showed up and sweated out a fest. It's crazy.
And that's what I meant to ask about too. I already forgot because we were just talking about it, but I forget what I said like 10 minutes ago. Who was it that was asking about? But they had to place to make it through.
That was Steel. Yeah, that was Steel.
Okay. Yeah, that was Steel. Okay, I didn't want to just spout out a name and be wrong and look like an idiot. Yeah, like the fact that one of our players can come in and have that kind of dedication, knowing that they're not going to walk home with any money or anything, and be like, I want to be in that top 8.
Yeah, that is like super commendable to me. And you know, like I'm rooting for Steel in the finals. You know, you're my little underdog, Steel. I hope you go and hope you take the whole thing. I'm rooting for you. And that being said, let's get to our top 8 bracket here. I'm not actually sure I can make any predictions, to be honest. Like, this is such a crazy bracket. Like, round 1, Brown Boy versus I'm Steel. Round 2, Mappin versus Foot Massager TV, Brockamere? Maybe? Question mark?
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of chip damage.
That's a lot of chip. I bet we'll see a lot of flawless blocking in that match.
That's a lot of standing fours.
Forgiveness versus Turtle was taken, and then Various MV versus Zombie Taker. Like, all of these matchups are just fire. Like, I can't wait to watch this. I'm super stoked.
And oh man, yeah, it's gonna be Raiden versus Natara for Zombie Taker and Various. Assuming they stick with those characters, both of those characters shit damage.
Oh yeah, there are super long combos going on for years in that matchup.
But
and
only
then,
one of them has 900 health.
That is true. That is very true. One thing that we should mention that I'm seeing all over, you know, X and social media and stuff is that Gearus.
Ew, don't call it X.
Gearus.
Sorry to derail you.
Don't derail me. I'm old. I'll lose my thoughts. The Gearus is now like a mix your shit character more so than he ever was before. Like, giving him that command grab buff. I saw Demoralize going off today saying like, yeah, this character is going to be a problem. Even with like that crappy down 1, that character's still going to be a problem.
Do you do you think Gearus players are still gonna complain about the down 1?
I don't know. Like, I mean, Quan players talk about it, but we don't like obsess over it, you know, like Gearus players do. I'm calling you out right now. Work around your down 1. You got a good down 4. Use that instead.
Yeah, I'm very. God, changes in the middle of a tournament, dude. Like,
right before the finals, not even in the middle, but right before our finals. So, not like we planned that or anything, but
how much do you want to bet people are gonna lab against Gearus to try and figure out what to do? Like,
I don't know, man. If they haven't at this point, who knows if there's any hope for the future? So.
He already hurts. He hurts a lot.
So that's kind of it. We just wanted to go with a little recap, just for anyone that kind of just wanted a refresher. Maybe you haven't watched since the first week or something like that. Just to let you know what's going on. Give you a little teaser. Like I said, it'll be Friday, the 22nd, I believe, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Any wild predictions you want to throw out there, Blue, before we call it here?
Yeah, I got one really solid one.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
No matter who wins, Foot Massager TV is still going to have everybody feeling good by the end of it. Everybody's feet are going to feel so great.
And there's probably a feed for it somewhere, judging by the name. Oh, my God. All right, Blue. Well, thanks for joining me for this. This was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself here.
Yeah, man. Recaps are fun. I can't wait to see the grand finals. And after that's done, we get to gear up for season 2. We don't know when it's coming, but we get to gear up for it. Y'all get to get excited for that.
I already have some exciting ideas planned, a little bit of shakeups on how the season's going to work, so I'm excited to you know, it's kind of hard keeping those things under wraps, but it's so worth it when I actually am able to put them out there and see people's reactions to them. So
Yeah, you can't tell me shit. I'm gonna get excited and almost spoil or something.
Blurb it out. So, anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe if you haven't, because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.